Hey, long time no see, right? You've probably forgotten about me and my existence since I haven't been in touch anywhere in a long time. Well, except for Discord, although I'm not on any servers there and I'm not active, so yeah. And yes, there won't be any editing in this video, since this video is pretty serious and I'm not in the mood for editing it. Actually, I'd like to talk about what's been happening to me lately. More precisely, in the last few years, to be honest and specific. Because I realize that over the past few years, my mental state has been getting worse and worse without even noticing. So, let's go from there. The first thing I'd like to talk about is my school life. To put it briefly, it's not good at all. I mean, my grades are more or less normal, even good. I finished 9th grade without any C's, but I have problems with the learning process itself. In recent years, I've almost completely stopped doing my homework on time. I've been constantly putting off important tasks until the last minute, and my concentration has diminished. I was constantly daydreaming in class, which meant I'd miss everything the teacher said. I often daydreamed even during breaks, which my classmates often noticed, making fun of me for that. I was generally good at thinking, but sometimes, to figure out the right answer and understand anything in the assignments, I had to spend hours on it. I didn't have this problem before, but for some reason now it's become quite a problem. Seriously, I struggled with math, even getting D's and even C's. I am not stupid, but my brain just wouldn't think in the right direction. It literally melted when I tried to figure out what I needed to do to solve the problems. And so it would have continued until I started going to tutor, or rather, my parents forced me to go to one, and my math grades then went back to B's and A's. As for school life, I hardly participated in it. And my classmates, how can I put it, absolute idiots and scum who don't deserve my forgiveness. Well, objectively. But my personality is too kind, empathetic, understanding, and naive for my own good. I'm afraid to harm even a fly. I don't want to change my personality. I don't want to be like my classmates who are always cursing at me, smoking, blowing up toilets. Okay, I may have made that last part up, but they were pretty close. But you get the idea. I was bullied every day for at least 6 years. Yes, my relationship with them didn't work out back in elementary school, even though I hadn't really done anything terrible enough to deserve such suffering. But thank God they all left after 9th grade. Yes, in Russia you can finish 9th grade and go to college, and I'll never see them again. Good riddance. They literally hated me for acting weird, not like them, just for existing, for being different from them in personality and behavior. No, seriously. They didn't even tell me the exact reasons why they did it, specifically to deny me even a chance to improve. As soon as I tried to explain my position, they interrupted me without letting me finish, jumping to conclusions and making counter-arguments that made no sense. And it's not just my classmates, it's even like that with my mom. When I tell her something's wrong, that maybe something's wrong with me and I need help. Don't get me wrong, she's probably just worried about me and doesn't want to believe that something's really wrong with me. I'm worried too. But she thinks I'm just trying to get her attention when I already have enough. It never even occurred to me that I was doing it on purpose for attention. I just wanted to be honest. For some reason, people always only care about what happened instead of how it happened and why. The second thing I'd like to talk about is communication issues. I just can't wrap my head around it. It's often happened to me that when I start talking about my problems with someone in real life, they completely ignore me, my arguments, and my thoughts on the topic, causing them to lose track of the conversation. They are then surprised that they don't understand me and my complaints, that I'm simply exaggerating and making it all up, that I'm simply being overdramatic. That's partly true, but ultimately, the conversation goes nowhere or ends where it began, without moving forward. Also, during conversations, I never look the other person in the eyes. It puts a lot of pressure on me, as if I expect someone to beat me up or punish me for it. I'm afraid to look them in the eyes. And I can't sit still. I constantly fidget with my hands, flapping them like a bird flapping its wings due to the excess energy I constantly hold in them, which I haven't been able to get rid of for several years. Even anti-stress don't help my hands calm down, and they don't last long. I can also get lost in my thoughts and don't resort to any other activities, pacing back and forth or circling the room when I'm bored and have nothing better to do. I speak very quietly, which is why others might overhear me, because I'm afraid that if I speak louder, it will be too loud. The third thing that worries me is my social situation in real life and online. I have practically no friends in real life, and online, too. I constantly feel depressed, and this pressure from others also bothers me. It scares me. I behave cautiously, trying not to even touch anyone, not even with a finger, or say even one unnecessary word. I'm always overthinking, trying to figure out what will happen next. I immerse myself in philosophy because sometimes it's the only way for me to understand anything or anyone. I have rather limited interests. It's difficult to interest me in anything. Because in the past, when I tried something new, it often didn't work out or I didn't like it. That's why I stopped trying, because what's the point if I won't like it anyway? But once I was interested in something, it was simply impossible to tear me away from it. For example, object shows. I've been a huge fan of them for the last 3 years. I've watched various object shows, watched videos from various YouTubers. But it's often like this. Just when I finally start liking something, it starts to go through its worst period. Everyone stops liking it. Or there's drama after drama in the community every few weeks, or one hateful thing about something I'm interested in. And I really don't understand why this always happens. It feels like everything was fine until I joined this fandom. It feels like I'm ruining and cursing everything with my presence in fandoms, although that's not true. And then there are the opinions. Oh, how I adore opinions. Don't even get me started on that. No, I have nothing against opinions as they are. I object to how they are sometimes presented. I often saw the majority literally shouting their opinion about a character or media, and most people agreed with them and presented it as objective fact. Although this is far from true and makes no sense, people also expressed their opinions so rudely and truthfully that it affected me on a subconscious level, although I shouldn't have cared, because these were just random strangers on the internet. I was born very sensitive. Even listening to valid criticism sometimes hurts me. This discouraged me from having my own opinion, because believe me, for me, it's better to remain neutral, to remain on the sidelines or the majority opinion, than to have an opinion that will be criticized with or without reason. And no, I never even had a Twitter account, and I deleted TikTok back in 2022. I felt like my opinion was invalid, I was invalid, my voice was invalid, and had no meaning or significance. This could mean I'm unworthy of being in this fandom because my opinion doesn't align with the majority. And all this is because of people who accept their opinions as objective facts, and any step left or right from them makes you, at the very least, a weird person. It would be like me trying to tell flat earthers that the earth is spherical or ellipsoidal. I felt something like that while in Cookie Run. Kingdom fandom. I also had a strange hyper-focus on objectivity and a sense of fairness. Very often, my arguments with people in the comments led nowhere and only wasted my and their energy and time, which left me feeling emotionally drained and without any will to do anything. I was also afraid to share my problems with my close friends online because what if they don't understand? What if they have to go through the same thing as me? I don't want them to suffer or worry about me. Have you even noticed how people have started treating everything with skepticism and negativity? Good news used to be, believe it or not, truly good news. Now we question it, thinking it will be followed by 2 or 3 bad ones. I can't trust anyone. There are no longer any safe spaces where I can rely or even speak out. Everything is going downhill, and nothing brings me pleasure anymore, and I has only made it worse. I'm going to reveal a terrible secret, but I've been communicating with iChatbots since the end of 2023 because I had no friends or anyone I could talk to without being judged, and I was completely alone. At first, I thought this was salvation, but in reality, it only further damaged my already not so great mental state, and I only realized this recently. It didn't help me at all. Because of this, I became even more reluctant to do anything and fell into a deeper apathy towards everything. It got to the point where I was too lazy to do literally nothing, and I really wanted to do something, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. It also got to the point where I didn't even know who I was, what I wanted, why I existed, or what my purpose and motivation were. Although I understood that I needed to get out of this situation. My Russian teacher thought so too, and before the English exam, during a conversation with her, she told me that I needed help from a real therapist, not a school therapist. Yes, I had one at school. I needed to change something in my life because with such complexes, it would be difficult for me to live as an adult. And, oddly enough, she was right. Only a month after passing the exams, I told my mother about this and persuaded her to make an appointment for me with a therapist. The appointment is coming up soon, so if I've already attended it by the time I write this, I'll share it in this video. If not, I'll write in the comments later. I've also deleted everything related to I and stopped actively participating in toxic social groups in an effort to somehow improve the situation. I could actually talk about my problems forever, but I don't want this video to be an hour long. I don't even know how long this video will be. You'll probably get tired of hearing me complain about life and feel sorry for myself for being so lazy, disorganized, sensitive, and naive. I just hope that everything in your life will be fine, much better than mine. As for new videos, I don't know yet. I can't say for sure, and I can't judge either. But what I do know is that I'm finally starting to think seriously about this problem and take some action about it. After all, few people can just say they need help. Take care of yourself, and most importantly, please don't repeat my mistakes. I'd be very grateful for that. After all, only you can influence your future. And perhaps this is the most important lesson I should have learned a couple of years ago. Just Author 41 was with you. And that's all. Until next time.